Hello everyone, welcome to R Programming. In this session, I'm going to cover pie chart and histograms. Okay, so in my previous session, as part of data visualization, I have covered bar chart, various options in bar chart, and with examples I've shown. So now in this session, I'm going to cover pie chart and then histograms. So what is pie chart? Pie chart is a graph in which circle is divided into sectors, each represent a proportion of whole. Okay, so out of this 100%, each uh, proportion, each sector is representing the proportion of the whole 100%. So in this pie chart, we are going to see what are the options we have in pie chart, and then and also we have another a separate package called uh, Plotrix. So that is for 3D uh, pie charts. So that also we are going to cover as part of this one. So coming to the pie chart, it is basically we are going to use this for a categorical variable with limited set of numbers, not like some 20, 30, 40 like that. Around there is no certain standard like below 10 or something like that. I can say like around 6 to 7 below than that. If you are going to categorize and then you want to represent some sort of graph, then you can go with this pie chart. Otherwise we have like different options like bar chart or histogram, kernel density plot, like with various other options we have. But basically whenever you want to represent this categorical variable with limited number of uh, uh, mm, variables, then we can go for pie charts. Okay, fine. So then coming to syntax. So here for plotting pie charts, we are going to use the function pie. So this is a basic function to plot any pie chart. So and the options we have is simple pie chart. Suppose here I have a slices. Suppose I have a vector, so which is slices. So this I'm going to create now. So this slices what we have is 10, 12, 4, 16, 8. So what pie chart is going to depict this one is, okay, if I run this pie of slices 10, 12, 4, 6, 18, 8. So what it is given is, it is given pie chart, but still there is no clarity in this pie chart. Like not about color wise, I'm telling like what is this 2, what is this 1, what is this 5, what is this 4 and 3. Like there is no clarity, and what exactly this sector represent, how much, didn't giving me a clear picture. So with a very basic, like we are using some vector in under inside the spy function, doesn't mean clear clarity in this result. So slowly a few other options I'm going to use. Like now I'm going to use this pie chart option with title. So that main. So if I give main simple pie chart, what it is going to give me is, it is giving first thing is an heading. It is given simple pie chart. Then other options. Let me write this one. Yeah. So then moving on to this labels. So labels also, what is this slices 10, what is the 10 represent, 12 represent, 4 represent, like this. So maybe I can give certain labels for this. So here I have 5 different values. For that I am giving 5 different countries labels. So this labels I'm going to use here now. Still okay, instead of 1 2 3 4 5, I am giving now as US, UK, Australia, Germany, and India. So it's bit like informative, not fully. Still, we need to go further ahead. Uh, Along with heading, we have now option labels also used. So we have heading here, and we have here pie chart, and we have here pie chart with labels. So still it doesn't look like a meaningful. Now I'm going to do a further step, like, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what is the percentage of US portion, like US, what is the percentage of UK, Australia, and Germany, and India. So we know like what all slices we have, each has certain value. So we have first one is 10, and second one is 12. So 10 is what percentage of all this sum of all these values is 10. So that is what we are going to calculate. So total what we have is sum of slice we are doing. Sum of slice is summing up all the values in that slices vector. Then uh, then what we are doing is slices, that first variable of that vector divided by sum of slices into 100. So the percentage of that value we are going to calculate. So that is what we are doing here, percentage PCT. So now this percentage simply also we can give here in a UK as the percentage, so that I'm going to paste means club, like adding like UK adjacent to that I want this percentage, right? So what I'm trying to do is here I'm using paste is a function to add to paste two vector variables, or two simple scalar variables. So what I have is labels. Labels is having UK, Australia, US, India, Germany. For that, what I'm going to give is little space I'm giving here. Then PCT. PCT just now we have calculated in this step. In this step we calculated PCT. That percentage we are adding to the labels, and also we are adding at the end this one percentage symbol, and then separator is nothing. So I didn't given any slash, or I didn't given any what is that space also. Simply separator is nothing. That's what I mean here. Separator equal to nothing. So likewise, I am creating labels. This labels I am going to use as my labels in pie chart. So I have created percentages. Then I have added that percentage to the labels, and with the percentage symbol. So now let me plot this pie chart. Now it looks like a meaningful. So the 20, so maybe you can consider this like it's people who are working in R programming. So in US, 20% total we have 100 people, I assume. Out of the 20% of the people are from US, and 24% of the people from UK, and 8% of the people from Australia, 32% of the people from Germany, and India like 16%. So this is like kind of a percentage of people who are working on who are working on R programming. We can say like that. So this is one simple example how to use pie chart. So till now what we covered is this heading option, and then we covered this labels part, and then moving on to the next one, color. So it looks like these are also colors, but I'm giving a little bright colors for this. So same set of options I am using. Then now you can see little bright color. So rainbow color I have used here. Color equal to rainbow, and 5 I have. So I'm using 5 as my parameter here. So 5 rainbow colors with bright colors I'm getting here, with the same remaining options like labels and heading as well. So now this looks okay, pretty good only. Now I can say I can increase the radius as well. So default it has certain radius. Okay, the size of this pie chart is maybe if you minimize it, look very small. So if you want to increase this, you can also increase this with the help of radius. So that is the next option, radius I'm going to use here. So radius I'm given is I'm given here is 1. Now it looks little bigger, so you can zoom it also. This option also we have. This is our pie chart. Okay, maximize I'm giving. Then moving on to the next option. 3D pie chart. So this is like a 2D pie chart. Now we can also draw a 3D pie chart. So for that we need to have this Plotrix as a package. So that we need to download. So install that packages will download Plotrix package. So I have already downloaded by running this running this one-liner command. Now I have already this Plotrix package in my local. So then I want to load this into my local current session. So you can see in this option only this is a this is another one pane, a resultant pane for plots and files and also packages. You see this here packages. Okay, so this is what I am referring here, Plotrix. So first thing, if you download a Plotrix, you will be able to see that Plotrix in this list actually, and then if you load this into current session, then you can find a tick box here. So either I can run library of Plotrix, or I can directly tick mark this one, which internally running same Plotrix uh, library of Plotrix. So both will works together. So now I have library Plotrix in is in my current session. So pie of 3D will work. So now for 3D pie charts, the function which we are going to use is pie 3D, not simple pie. We need to write pie 3D, and the vector is same, remains same, slices only, and labels also I'm going to same, and heading main also same. This option also is same, color also same I'm going to use. So again radius I can give as of now timing I'm going to give 1 as a radius. Now let me see how it looks like. So now you can see it's a 3D pie chart. So US 20%, UK 24%, Australia 8%, Germany 32%, and India 16%. So this is how a pie chart, pie 3D chart looks like. With the help of Plotrix we can do this mm, 3D pie chart. Okay, so there is another option called explode. Explode is like, so it is like I can say, so I can explode this pie chart a little away, all this sector or all these slices I can move little bit away so that it will give more kind of uh, clear visibility. So that what I'm going to use here is the same other option, only option I'm going to add is explode. Explode how much distance, like 0.5 is my input here. If I do this, what I can see is I can see this. So all slices are spread across. So that is what point 0.5 I've given. So if I give point 0.8 something like that, it will expand little more further. If I give 1, 2 like that, it will go beyond like little more further away. This all 3D pie slices. So this is about explode option in Py 3D. So this is all about pie chart. So how we can draw a pie chart is like basically we need to have a vector. That vector we need to give as input to that pie function. Then we can use for more options as well. So those all uh, are basic options. So likewise, we can have advanced also, like how we use it Py 3D by using Plotrix package. So similarly, we have varieties of package. As I mentioned, it is having around 12-13,000 packages in R. So among them, so one of the other packages is Plotty. Plotty is also for visualization only. So using Plotty also, Plotty package also, we can do a pie charts. So for that, what I'm going to use some US presidential expenditure. So this is one kind of data. So that I'm going to use here. So I've just loaded the data, and then I will load this library as well, Plotty. Okay, and then so the function what we are using for this Plotly package is plot underscore ly. So this is a function for Plotly package uh, to draw this pie chart. So the type we are going to mention is pie. So maybe with this Plotly package, we can draw different other visualization like a bar chart, maybe histograms like kernel density as well. So here we are going to draw pie chart. So the type we need to mention pie chart. and then the inputs is like title we can give, and then data remains data only, whatever the data we have used, just personal expenditure that we are going to have. And then x-axis, what is the options we have: show grid, zero line, show tick pulls and tickables, all those options we have. This is also going to give a simple uh, pie chart only. Maybe this is a little advanced, I can say. We need to explore more detail, and maybe in further session, I'm going to explain this as well. As of now, this as for R programming for beginners. So this basic understanding is enough for plotting pie charts. Okay. So moving on to the next visualization part, which is histograms. So histograms, I'm going to explain like the same thing. What is the basic fundamentals of histogram, and then how we can plot a histogram. All those things I'm going to discuss in this histogram part. So histograms, basically, when we will be using this histogram is, so let me show simple example. Yeah, histograms we'll be using for distribution and frequencies of data. So how well the data is distributed, and then what is the frequency of the data in that distribution, that is what we are going to identify with the help of histograms. So if we come to a standard definition of histogram, the distribution of continuous variables, uh, this histogram will be used in for the distribution of continuous variables. And the exact definition is the frequency of scores in each bin on the y-axis by dividing the range of scores into bins of the x-axis. So this doesn't uh, give much information. Let me explain this same with example. So what exactly we are trying to say is, so the frequency, like, so we have a set of numbers. So like number, not number. So we will take this example. Okay, age. I have around some 20 people's age here. I have, so age of 20 people. So with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot that histogram, this stuff, ages, age, sorry. So it is going to tell me how many people out of this around 20 people, how many people are between 20 to 30 age. So it is giving me frequency around two persons in this list are in the age of 20 to 30, and how many people are from 30 to 40, that frequency, how many are there, that quantification, like, so 30 to 40, how many people are there, 4 are there. So 40 to 50, again 4 are there. 50 to 60, again 5 are there. 60 to 70, 3 are there. 70 to 80, one person is there. 80 to 90, nobody is there. And 90 to 100, it's like one person is there. So this is like quantification of frequency, age wise frequency. So how many people will be there around 20 30 age, like that is what it's going to give me as part of that histogram. So this is the basic understanding of histogram. So now moving on to this, how we can plot is with the help of hist function. Hist is a function which is used to plot histograms in R programming. So then moving on to various options. So we can break this bar plots, or this frequency towers, I can say, frequency blocks, I can say. So I can break number of frequencies I want to identify, that the number of breaks I want to have here in this histogram that I can mention, and also I can mention the color of the colors for each histogram bar also I can have here. So breaks here I mean here is, so the current this histogram diagram has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 breaks it has default. So now if I am going to uh, make it as 3, so what it is going to do is it is going to make 3 breaks, like, so the age from 10 to 20, so it is going to make it as 1, uh, a break, and 20 to 30 another break, 30 to 40 another break. So this total age maybe sorry, not, this is not for age, I guess, so it is for empty car. So you can use age actually. That's what I see how it looks like for age. Yeah. So it will like will not give exactly as at times like this number of breaks. So what what earlier we used to see is like 20 to 30 and 30 to 40. Now what we can see is 20 to 40. How many people are under 20 to 40? That is like 6 people are there. So 40 to 60. So now it is like around more than 8 10 around there. So 60 to 80, it is around again 4, and 80 to 100, it is 2 people. So it is making a simple bar with broader sorry broader range. Like earlier we will be having a smaller range. So now we have like less range actually. So now moving on to the other example, same. So I can use this empty cars example also for histogram. So this is again for this number of miles per gallon. So cars with 10 to 15 mpg. How many cars we have in from 10 to 15 mpg is around 6 like that. 15 to 20, how many? 12. 20 to 35 mpg is around 88 like that. So we can see this histogram as well. So we can give coloring. So here again 12 breaks I've given. Instead of normal it is taking some 4 5 breaks only. I've given 12 breaks. So 10 to maybe it is maybe here you can see directly it is showing 10 15 20 25 30, but actual breaks are here, that boxes with border black color. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Empty is also we need to consider 10 and 11 12. 12 breaks it is making, and color it is using is red. And in histograms, the choosing the correct bin width is also important. Like, so here it's like too much breaks is also not good, or very less number of breaks is also it's not meaningful, not good in the sense it's not meaningful. So it varies actually. So scenario like data set to data set, that number of breaks will vary. So for this example age, if I take 3, it is like very it's not meaningful. 20 to 40, 40 to 60, it's very very less, you can say. If I take otherwise I can take, if I take 20, 20 it does also doesn't look like meaningful. So many age fact like 10 to 12, 12 to 30, 12 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to like that. So much bifurcation is also doesn't look good. So now we can say simple 12. If we take this it's look like it's like bit fine rs 7 I can give. Okay, it looks a little good actually. 10 to 15, how many like empty cars, sorry, again age, it is not taking age. Okay, yeah. So though it is showing here 20 to 40, but we what we made it is we made a break here 10, 10 to 30. So 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, that bifurcation we made with the help of breaks. Okay, so this also helpful. This is also we need to consider the correct bin width. So how many number of bins we want to have in the histogram, so that with the help of breaks we can do that. And then coloring also we can do. So these are the very basic options we have in this histogram. um, we can also, if we want to explore more with the options, like as I mentioned in earlier session as well. So we have help here question mark, that is help is here question mark hist. So hist help, so it will be getting all basic information, what is help, what is the histogram, and what is the basic syntax, and what all options we have, and each option description we will be getting in this help as well. So it doesn't give what all the functions we have, sorry, what all packages we have, and in which all package this histogram is used and all. It doesn't have all those details, but um, generic histogram syntax and generic understanding of histogram it will be having. So with this, I can conclude the session with pie chart and histogram. And next session, I'm going to cover kernel density plots. So these are the kernel density plots. In next session that I'm going to cover. Hope you understood this pie charts and histogram. So keep watching our programming. For more videos, please do like and subscribe. Okay. Thank you.